just picked this up at B&H, and the reason I got it was because my original system, which was the Snap-on, I did a video on it. This magnetic mount on the car, I drove 70 miles an hour legally. There was 70 mile an hour area on 380 with no issues whatsoever. It didn't come off. It didn't even move a little bit at all. The video came out great, 70 miles an hour, and it held on. The issue I have is that the original part, which I did a video on, broke. So these are the accessories that come with the Snap-on that's no longer available on Amazon. I was going to purchase another one. And when this wasn't available anymore on Amazon, I couldn't find it anywhere else. I decided to look up another one, and I saw this, the BUSHMAN Popeye mount. And the reason I like this is because it's more incognito. You can't see it, or it doesn't stand out as much as this one does. So the one I had, the other mount part, these are the accessories. This piece right here broke off. It just broke after I was having problems screwing it on. So the screwing on part of the GoPro, the actual whatever this is called, to this on the Snap-on, this shredded inside, and I can no longer get a tight fit. So I had to, I couldn't use it anymore, and I was trying to remove this from it so I could replace it and just get another one of these and another screw. But this piece right here on the Snap-on broke off. So I tried the accessories to see if they were just as strong, and I went on the highway. I went about 50 miles an hour with no issues whatsoever with the accessories. These are the accessories themselves, but because these are just accessories and they weren't meant for what I wanted for, it still makes me nervous driving around with the GoPro. So I'd rather try something new and maybe even stronger instead of going and getting another Snap-on or looking for one or waiting for one to come on to become available on Amazon. So this is it right here. It's a very simple box, and that's all that comes inside. I'm gonna try this out. Wow, it's much heavier. So the difference I see right away is that I'm going to use less items to connect it to the actual car, because of the fact that to use this, you need to use the rubber piece that comes with this, an accessory piece. It's a rubber, like a little rubber mat that covers it, and that'll keep you from scratching your car. With this, it is rubber, so it shouldn't scratch your car. And you can see the outline of all the magnets. 1, 2, 3. So that's 12 magnets. So let's, right here, this is a metal. But this one, it holds very well. Oh, holy cow. Ugh, I can't even get this off. I'm trying very hard to get it off. Okay, let me just take this out and see. No, wow, this is strong. Okay, my son, who I haven't showed him, I have not shown this to him. Son, can you try to take this out? Can you get it out? Okay, you can't. No, don't use nothing. Can you get it with your own hand? No, right? So now, this is the one I've been using. Take that out. Okay, take the other one. This is 2 pieces I'm using. So let's supposed to use it separately. So here, take that out. That's the one I was using, and it holds up to 50 miles an hour. Put it back. Take it out. Okay, now try to take this one out. You really can't take it out, right?
No, it's like stuck in there.
Wow, this is so. I need to use something to take it out.
Oh, I can't even move it.
You can't even move it, huh?
No. Oh, a little bit.
Very little, but you can't get it out, right? No. So you need leverage to get it out. Wow, so as you saw, my son couldn't get it out. So I had to take apart what I had, the actual devices, units, items I was using to connect the Snap-on Pro, you know, to mount my camera. I had to take it apart so I could use this piece as leverage. So I'm gonna screw this in. And it's a 3/4 screw. This is a regular standard camera screw on. That's what I have there, 3/4. Wow. So now let me see. Oh, wow. Yeah, you can't just take this off without some kind of leverage. Like pulling it straight out, I am sliding on the floor right now. I'm a 160-pound, 50-year-old male, and I can't take it out. I mean, I'm not Superman and I'm not a weightlifter, but wow, I can't pull this out at all. So we're gonna do some more tests on the car to see how strong it is. You know, and I'll show you, I'll go on the highway and let you know what happens on the highway to see if it even shifts at all. Wow, I'm very impressed so far. I am totally impressed. The Snap-on Pro, I still was afraid because you saw how easy it is to take off, but it did hold up to 70 miles an hour with no issue whatsoever. I think that you probably go over 100 miles an hour. Not that I'm telling you to do that. Don't ever break the law. I think, and again, this is my opinion, do things at your own risk. I am not a professional. A regular guy who buys things, tries them out, and shares my experience with people on YouTube. That's all. Wow, that is some strong magnet. All right, let's bring it downstairs and put it on the car. I almost forgot I was going to weigh the item, but I was lucky and I found or fortunate I should say, and I found the old one. So this is the old one. As you can see, it broke off, the last piece right there. This is the screw. And I'm not using this or the other thing because I'm afraid of it now. I don't know what's giving in. If maybe there are fine wears on the threading here, I'm not sure. So I'm not using it at all. You know, this screw and the other piece, I don't know where the other piece is. It's in a drawer somewhere. Anyway, this is it. It worked very, very well. I had no issues whatsoever. And these are the accessories. So basically you take this, you mount it onto handheld or tripod, and instead of having to take everything apart, you just kind of stick it together and you use it. You could put it on the car by itself like this, or mount this and keep it mounted to a tripod or to some kind of holder for your GoPro. And you can just magnetize it or connect it with magnets with no issues whatsoever. You can run around like this and it moves up and down the GoPro. It works very well. So again, I went up to 70 miles an hour with this piece right here. No issues whatsoever. So now let's weigh it, comparing it to the Popeye. That's the weight. Now let's do Popeye. It's like twice the weight. And mind you, I'm adding all the accessories. So 6.3, pretty heavy. Now let's just actually use what I was using, which was just this device. And it's 1.2, wow. It's almost 5 times as heavy, this to that. The coverage, this has 4 magnets. This has 12. Big difference. And wow. And to my understanding, I don't have 2, so I can't test it. But this also, you can, if you buy 2 of them, you can use the magnets in between surfaces like glass or windows. So if you want to connect it to the window, your windshield, or your side window, one of your passenger side window or your driver's side window, you can just get 2 of them, and this will do the job, to my understanding. I don't have to, I can't afford to, so hopefully this will be enough. If I need to, I'll see what happens, but for now, just using this. Pretty cool. All right, let's go down to the car. So I'm gonna see how strong it is. Let me see if I can lift my hood. I just unlocked it. Pretty good job. Lifts it. And, I mean, it comes off if you keep doing it, but it holds. I'm holding it right now. Man, that's a pretty strong magnet. Light and small and strong. I'm keeping the back from locking the hood when it comes off. If the magnet demagnetized. But as you can see, wow, that's pretty cool. Just came. That's pretty strong. So now I'm just gonna drive around and see if it'll hold on. I drove around with this setup, just like this, on my hood for about 2 or 3 hours. I went in the highway. I went about 50 miles an hour. No issue whatsoever. Stayed stable, straight. The video looked great. This is pretty cool mount. I'm really impressed with the string. I like the rubber coating so it doesn't scratch the car, even though it doesn't even move. If you try to move this, you can't. I'm trying to move it. I can lift it up. You need leverage to take it out, but you just can't move this magnet. It's just stuck there. Pretty cool. I like the rubber coating. Doesn't scratch the car. This is my own invention. I always like to run a cable, a lanyard, and I pinch it to the locking mechanism of the car, of the hood, to keep it from, if let's say I hit a really hard bump, if this falls off, this lanyard will keep it from me losing it. Let's say I'm on the highway and it happens, this comes off, at least I can drive, and hopefully I'll be able, this will stay hanging on and I'll be able to retrieve it at the next exit. But besides that, I'm really not worried about that, because this magnet is much, much stronger than the snap-on one that I showed you. And with the snap-on one, I went 70 miles an hour on the highway illegally. And I don't suggest you do that, but I did it for testing. And it was legal, with no issues whatsoever. This probably holds 100 times stronger than the snap-on. Probably 100 times. You saw earlier in the video how easy it is to take it off my toolbox, and how difficult this one was. The snap-on one, easy to take off. This one, almost impossible. You can't. You need leverage to get it off. My son couldn't take it. He couldn't get it off. I couldn't get it off. He had no idea what I was asking him to do, so it wasn't like a setup. I actually asked him, hey, can you remove this? And he did, and he couldn't. So this magnet is really strong. I think, and I don't suggest you do this, and again, I'm an amateur, I'm not giving you any advice. Don't listen to me whatsoever, please, in regards to this. I'm just telling you my opinion. It's just an opinion, and that is that this will probably hold at probably 100 plus miles an hour with no issues whatsoever. I think this will hold and keep the camera in place and will not come off. It's just really, really strong. This is coming from a regular guy who just buys things, tries them out, and does YouTube videos on them, and that's it. Just a normal Joe Schmo. So I'm just giving you my normal Joe Schmo opinion. Again, I am not an expert, but this thing really holds very well. I'm very impressed on how magnetic this magnet is, yet doesn't cause any damage to my car. I will keep it away from hard drives, but other magnetic surfaces, I think it'll hold up. I think it'll hold up on the sides of cars, on the top, on the hood. I think it'll do just fine in every scenario. I don't like suction cups, because when you're doing, or suction mounts, I should say, because they sometimes give way. Sometimes they just don't get that closure, and air seeps in and it can come off. With this, I'm almost sure no issues whatsoever. Another thing I like about this thing, and again, use this at your own risk, is that if you mount this to a car and God forbid something happens and this goes flying off the car, which I doubt it'll even come off. I think the hood will actually leave the car and disconnect it with the hood. I don't think this will demagnetize at all. But God forbid it did, and it struck someone, it won't be, you know, a severe injury. I think, you know, it won't hurt them. Like if you look on Amazon, they have those big giant super duper magnets. I would never put that on a car, because God forbid that came off the car and it went flying somewhere. I wouldn't want it to strike anyone and hurt them. So that's what I like too, is that it's not going to hurt anyone, you know. So, you know, it's light enough to not cause injury. It's rubbery, so, you know, I mean, it can still cause injury, but not as severe as, let's say, a big giant magnet, one of those earth magnets. All right, so I hope you liked the video. I hope it helps. Thank you for watching.